October the 6th, I'll be 72 years old.
Randolph White retired from his job at the paper mill in Georgetown 10 years ago. He lives in this house with his wife in a very rural area of Williamsburg County.
Well, it's nice and quiet and peaceful, and I don't have to worry about people that, close up tight. I like space.
He loves living about 2 miles away from where he grew up. Normally, it's pretty quiet, but on Sunday afternoon,
I was in the bathroom taking a shave, and I heard a screeching, between a screech and a whistle. I said, what in the world is this? And I heard a boom. Then my whole house shook.
White says he didn't realize it was a plane at the time, so he didn't call anybody.
The first thought came to me, I said, what's a meteorite coming out of space or something? And I said, well, if the airplane, it needed to be reported. That thing was flying just too low. So yesterday evening, the helicopters out in the hotel walking. Choppers keep flying around. I said, well, somebody must have robbed the bank, killed some people or whatever. I walked up there. They told me it was the plane.
That was not actually a plane crashing. That was Nikki Haley's presidential campaign, is what he heard.
Little Nikki. How's she doing these days?
She is doing fantastic.
Good deal.
She got the Sarwark treatment in Nevada last night.
Oh, that's brutal.
Man, like.
So how do you be so bad that
people know about Sarwark though?
how are you so bad that you lose to no one?
In Nevada of all places, like Nevada is a soundly I don't know how Nevada does their I don't know how they do their primary, because the reason Trump wasn't participating on the ballot in Nevada is because it doesn't actually count towards the delegates. Like they don't use the primary to determine voting delegates for
they have a separate caucus. Yeah.
So it's kind of it didn't really matter as far as that went. The primaries are more of a sorting. It's more of a sorting hat for the local elections and the state elections and stuff like that. It doesn't really matter as far as the presidential election goes. So Trump wasn't participating. His name wasn't on the ballot. And so like it's pretty damning when 60% of the registered voters show up and vote. Like you have to deliberately vote for nobody. Like it doesn't get counted as like a vote for nobody if you just don't vote. Like you had to deliberately vote for nobody. And like that's fucking amazing.
And that's how much people hate her. Like that's what's impressive.
Yeah, it was yes.
Somebody made a good comment though that that Nikki's gonna spin this and she's gonna say, "Look, I lost to no one in Nevada. I lost to no one."
No one beat
me. She'll claim it as a victory. People would rather not see her at all.
I beat everybody that was on the ballot, so there.
Yeah. I came in first. She will too. She will.
That's probably a legit tactic that she's considering.
I really want to see how South Carolina goes because.
God, I hope she comes in like dead last in South Carolina. That'd be beautiful.
I would be surprised if she does well in South Carolina.
Who else is there?
Nobody. Like it.
It's Trump and her. It's Trump and her.
Is Pence actually in it? Because his name was on that. His name was on it.
Pence dropped out like the first one.
Yeah, Pence was like the first one to drop out.
And how is his name still on the ballot? Like,
because your name has to be still on the ballot. Like if you registered, like if you've already went through the process, like even Ron DeSantis is still going to be on the South Carolina ballot because he was like registered so in advance.
Okay.
And there are going to be people who already voted ahead of time that already voted for Ron DeSantis. That's the one thing I hate about that kind of process, because like a lot of these people will like vote. They'll vote early, and then the person
drops out.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
Vote early, vote often. That's the Democrat way.
DNC, man. DNC motto.
Mail in all the votes. That's what you get.
Yes.
What are we working now? We're working the primaries right now, and then like who? When do they typically figure it out who's going to run?
It's over the summer, isn't it? It's in like July, I think.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Trump and Biden, if not Big Mike. Big Mike might be in it.
So it's but I'm looking at this like so. I mean, nobody's. If they're going to throw their hat in, it'd be in by now, right? We're that far along that.
Yeah, most of them are pulling their hat
step in and be like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance Big Mike's going to get into
it. I think they're going to let Trump win the Republicans, and then they're just going to say that he's not allowed to be on the ballot anywhere.
No,
yeah.
They're going to let him win so that when the collapse happens, it happens on his watch. It absolutely. They have to do it on his watch.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. That could be.
Oh wow, that was so the final tally ended up being even worse than the one that that Trump had shared.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's crazy.
So more than double.
So slow.
Who is Tim Scott? Where is he from?
He's from was it North Carolina or?
I'd say he's either from North or South Carolina as well. He's a senator.
Tim Scott is?
Yeah.
Like I knew the name.
I thought that was Florida guy.
Oh,
he's a black
guy
who's been he's been like with Trump at a lot of his rallies because he just got engaged or something like that, and people were like, "Oh, this is like him trying to get."
Did he get engaged to a dude or a woman?
It's a white woman.
Oh,
typical.
It'd be great if it was like Marjorie Taylor Greene, and like that would be even more perfect.
Oh god, like
is she? What happened to her? She fell off, huh?
She got divorced, and then she's kind of like.
Didn't she jerk some dude off in a theater? Or was
that's Lauren Boebert.
No, I think she joined like a sex cult, right? MDT.
I don't remember hearing that.
MTG did.
Lauren Boebert or
MTG. Margaret.
I mean, more power to them. I don't know. They both got divorced. That's all I know. The Marjorie Taylor Greene's husband, like when they got divorced, they were very amenable about it. It was something about he did not realize the amount of insanity that would surround her,
a political candidate.
The whole thing, and so they
he didn't know she was.
They
insane
more or less
before?
like agreed to part ways because he really was not down with the shit show that seems to follow her everywhere she goes, or something of that nature.
And then Boebert's was actually pretty messy though, right? Like they've kind of had a like back and forth spat after that whole thing. Because something like she destroyed the business and that they had, or because they had that like bar or whatever, and then it kind of just
the gay bar.
Yeah. Didn't they let?
Called Handy's.
Didn't they have a gay event there or something? I don't know. I feel like that there was some kind of controversy about that.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. You need a nice, strong, powerful woman like that to run for president.
So who's Trump gonna pick?
Well, not Nikki Haley. Like,
no, thank God.
Like a lot of people were trying to push that, and they were like, oh, he's gonna pick Nikki Haley. Look at how horrible he's all these horrible decisions. It's like, yeah, I don't like even if he's gonna like I don't think he's going to pick the best person. Like I don't think he's going to pick like a Rand Paul or something like that, who I would think would be good. But I think he's probably going to pick like Kristi Noem, and I'm going to be like, well.
He put a poll up on Truth Social or whatever. Like, should I pick Nikki Haley as my vice presidential candidate? And
it was like 90% no.
Yeah, it was like 88% said no. Like if nothing else, he'll listen to his base on and play to them to some extent. And since then, he has been very critical and gone after her with posts and stuff. So and stuff he said. So like he had kind of been very
hands off.
Yeah, he'd been very mad, just like not really saying anything one way or the other. And then he did that poll, and it was resoundingly no, fuck that bitch. And so since then he has played the fuck that bitch card. So I respect the game.
It'd be great if you would do a video with Rand Paul and be like, not never Nikki, but fuck that bitch. That'd be the best. I mean, I'd vote for him at that point. That'd be brilliant.
What are the Democrats
being
doing
in charge?
What?
They're just
What
Biden.
What? It's just
What are
Biden.
they doing? They're allowing millions of people to come over the border so that they can get votes.
But, I mean, are they is nobody's going to primary him? What happened to RFK? Is he like he's just
He's
independent?
independent.
What's he doing?
He might even run on the Libertarian Party ticket. He said
He's an op. He's definitely an op.
Oh, that would make me laugh. Forever.
I really hope the Libertarians put him up. That would just be the best.
Yeah, it would actually be awesome.
Then you would know that that's an op party. Sorry, Justin. I didn't bring it up.
Well, speaking of women, getting trounced, apparently Ronna McDaniel is going to resign.
Who?
From the RNC
I know
chair.
that name. Why do I know that name?
Ronna McDaniels is Mitt Romney's niece. What is she's
Third
how's
wife?
she related?
Oh.
One of the sister wives. Yeah. I don't know. Ronna McDaniels is related to Mitt Romney in some way, and she's the head of the RNC and is largely responsible for the red wave never materializing and kind of fizzling out in 2020 because she directed campaign funding to wrong places. And
why is she stepping down? What'd she say was the reason?
Because she fucking sucks. Because everybody hates
her.
her.
What was her reason?
They don't.
Because I'm sure she didn't say
funding.
I fucking suck, so I'm stepping down. Like, what'd she say?
They're not. I think the a lot of the donors are not happy because like she's not fundraising well enough. Like they're not raising enough money. The DNC is doing nothing, and they're
It's kind of interesting. She
outraising
went out
them.
like now though.
Yeah.
Like, why?
I think
why
she's
now?
stepping down more because
why not
Trump's
2 years ago?
the person, not because of that.
Mm-hmm.
She just got.
Yeah.
Didn't she just get elected last year into that position?
No, that was like
2 years ago.
Yeah, I think it's like every 2 years they reelect.
Harry, my opinion on the Alaskan Guard being mobilized to Texas is now would be a good time for Putin to invade Alaska. They need to have their own border crisis.
So would Ukraine send us billions of dollars if that happened?
Send it back? No.
Would Ukraine actually hold on? Would Ukraine and Israel send us money?
That money's gone. And
See, that's what's funny about that is that we're sending this and to countries that would never reciprocate, that would never, like we're scratching their back and they would never scratch out.
Look at 9/11. Like I think one country might have sent like 10 people over to help out. Like that was it.
But they're you got to keep in mind that they have like
Israel sent the planes.
Like, how you expect like someplace like East Timor to scratch our back? Like what are they going to send us? We don't take slaves anymore. I mean,
It'd be helpful, at least. Okay. At least it'd be helpful. Like we can get what country did Clinton overturned, was it Libya? I mean,
Yeah.
they got a good slave market now. Maybe we could get.
Yeah.
Look, we send money to every single country, so there's got to be one
much.
that owes us a favor. So
They don't give a shit about America.
They don't owe us
That's
favors.
funny,
They
is,
owe
like,
Biden
why
favors.
don't-
They owe Obama favors. They owe Bush favors. Like they owe presidents favors. They don't owe the people jack, man.
Yeah, they don't care. I will say, like, it's funny though, because you got everybody complaining about China's Belt and Road project. At least they're not bombing everything out there. They're coming in with suitcases full of cash and saying, "Hey, we'll build your roads." You know, America just goes in and bombs the hell out of other countries, for 2 countries in particular, and then turn around and hands them money when they get attacked because we're bombing the other country that's attacking them. But did you see in the bill that they're giving Israel whatever $1 billion, they're actually giving Gaza like $20 million. Like, so we're literally funding both sides of the war. Like, literally funding absolutely both sides of the war. It's brilliant.
Well, keep the 20 from both sides and call it a wash.
Well, all the money just goes back into like Lockheed Martin and all the weapons manufacturers. It all comes right back to the U.S. Like,
so you think that would pay off
money
more?
laundering.
Like, so what's a better value? Getting your money laundered and, you know, your I don't want to say local, but your home businesses making money, or having your pound of flesh from these other countries as they develop, and knowing that you can call on them, So I feel like the Belt and Road project is just like, how can you come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding, like that sort of thing. Like they'll come calling at some point, right? Like
Godfather style, yeah.
Okay, I'm reading more. I'm on a couple military websites. Been reading more on this Alaska sending the Guard to Texas. They are sending them to support.
Are they riding moose?
No, bears. They're sending them to support Border Patrol in securing the border. They're not sending them to. They are not explicitly stating that their intent is to assist Operation Lone Star. They are not going to assist in removing barricades. They are there specifically for the purpose of assisting with securing the border. And they're not expected to deploy until early 2025 is the way
after the election.
Yeah. So at least that's what I've speed reading through a couple different military sites that have some stuff on this just to.
Well, here's the whole problem with the whole Texas border situation is that they're talking about a 3-mile area, but 6 miles down the road, there's no border wall, there's no fence, there's no nothing, and they're coming through there too. So like the whole fight's over the smallest portion of wall possible. And it's not regarding the entire border. It's just one little area.
But that's where the most
all smoke and mirrors
crossing. There were a lot of encounters. They call them encounters. Like, what are you saying, Clyde? Go ahead.
That's what I call them too. Usually I just get arrested, but.
But yeah, apparently that's one of the greatest crossing areas is what they were contending over. Is like, hey, this is where most of them are coming across.
Oh, I get it. No, I completely understand that, but it's a drop in the bucket compared to everything else.
But it's what
it's like the other governors. Like if Alabama's border, like if most of ours is probably coming in from the port, right? Like so, if we're not securing everything at the port. Like in Mobile, then what does it matter that we're sending troops to Texas or whatever like that?
Until they put up 50 caliber turrets, it's not going to stop. It's just not going to stop. The White House isn't going to stop it. In fact, the bill going through right now,
illegal ones, Harry, the illegal aliens.
The bill going through right now that they're debating on. Actually makes it even more like open borders. Like it literally says that there is at no point a way to stop it after this, and all it's going to do is tie Trump's hands if he gets in. It does nothing but open up the borders.
Exactly what they
I
want.
don't think any of this matters. I think this is just an
already got voted
argument
down.
to pit one side against the other, right? Like this is just Republicans saying, "Oh, we need to close our borders," and Democrats saying, "Oh, you're so mean to the poor."
Yeah, but the Republicans don't mean it.
immigrants,"
That's
and we
the problem.
fight each other. But and I don't think either of them do. I think it's just like nobody really cares. I mean,
And all it's going to do is grant amnesty. That's all we're going to end up doing. We're going to do exactly what Reagan did in the 80s and grant amnesty for all these millions of people in here. And then they're going to have voting rights. So you're going to turn red. You're going to turn red states into blue states.
Tricky. Yeah, that's where it gets tricky.
The bill already got shot down. It already got voted down because it would.
Which bill?
The border security.
Keep up with us, Clyde.
The one y'all were just talking about that it would. The one that y'all were just talking about that it would do the opposite of actually securing the border. It already got shot down. It's not going to pass. It already got.
It didn't even pass in the Senate. And they even Johnson was like in the House was like, yeah, if this comes over here, all the Republicans are voting no. Like that's horrible.
See, here's the funny thing. He didn't have to put up the bill. He could have said no to even putting the bill up and not even bring it to the floor. But he was going to bring it to the floor because he wants it.
Yeah, or it's like
I like that idea. Let Hunter paint his murals.
I mean, if we're paying Hunter Biden anyway,
would it?
Paying him with it. We'll leave a little door, and you can open it up and let the little Mexican through, and you can have her and send her back on her way, and that's your payment, Hunter. She comes with her own crack.
Just bring Hunter Biden his stash, and that way he can actually, he can get his fix.
Do you think being like that, like infamous, like do you think he gets good stuff, or do you think he is buying stuff like in the back alley with a ski mask on and just getting whatever he can get because he doesn't want to get found out?
I think
Hunter?
he gets the good stuff.
I don't think he cares. He obviously doesn't care if he gets caught. He's been caught 100 times and nothing's happened to him. Why would he care?
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
I mean, the dude bought a gun illegally, threw it away in a dumpster, and nothing happened to him. If any of the four of us did that, we'd be in jail right now.
Yeah,
seriously, we'd be in jail.
Laws about how there's got to be laws about how you can throw away a gun, right? Can you illegally throw away a gun? Probably, right? I would think.
No, you got to take it. If you want to throw it away, technically you got to take it to the police station, and they'll dispose of it by taking it home. Anyways,
how you guys doing out there in La La Land?
I'm doing great, man. Although
I'm doing a hell of a lot better than Gen Z. Let's put it that way.
Oh, you got one? Okay.
Gen Zers.
Oh, this is great. I love this story.
I mean, you could just cut off the end of this article. You don't actually need any of the rest of this. You could just say it's Gen Zers whine, and that's good enough because that's literally all these fuckers do. The Gen Zers whine that they need therapy from the stress of filing taxes. Hopefully this will
still vote for more taxes.
Hopefully this will turn these ignorant motherfuckers against the state and get them to realize that the whole fucking thing is a no. What it'll do is make them all cry that we need a flat tax.
No, they're going to cry that we need to just tax the rich and they should be exempt.
If they had a good accountant and knew how to fucking do their taxes properly, they could more or less get themselves essentially exempt. There are loopholes. You just don't know how to manipulate the system, which is what the rich do.
What is the what's the years for Gen Z? That's under us, right? Gen X.
It's right after me, basically.
What millennial goes up to 96? Is that right? Or
and then it's like 97. Yeah, it's like 97 or 98 onward to until like my kids were born, and then that's like Gen Alpha or something like that.
Gen Alpha.
Yeah, that's what they're going
Gen
with.
Beta, because these kids are going to be betas all the way, man. Have a whole generation.
Speaking of that, there is some hope for the Gen Alpha or whatever. They are coming up more radicalized and a little more. So there are the extremes with the fucking furries and all of the ones that are into the trans shit. But seeing the furries and all the trans shit is actually like way radicalizing all of the rest. So it like the progressive bullshit is creating two very, very extreme ends of the spectrum. Like you've got the trannies and the furries and the fucking psychopaths, and then you've got like full on fascists. Like there's not a lot of middle ground in this. Like
you're getting the pendulum swing both extremes of the pendulum swinging both ways in the same generation.
Time.
You know. Yeah.
Spending time with my son and some of his friends and stuff, and like talking to them, and holy shit, it's a massive divide. Like they're bringing bullying back, or at least they're doing their best to.
They're trying.
They're trying their damnedest. Oh, it's gonna be interesting. I'm
nephew tits.
I'm kind of excited about it because like my son and all of his friends, I send them like Nazi jokes and really like fascist.
Oh my god, my son! One day I woke.
They're like, "Oh my god, more!" And like they share it around to all of their friends.
So my son sends me a text one day, and I open it up, and it's like this 9/11 joke, and we do Hitler jokes, 9/11 jokes. I got him a shirt with Stalin's face on it. And it says, "Dark humor is like food; not everybody gets it." And he wears it all the time. Like, it's just, yeah. I'm proud of my son. He's pretty based. So, but if you are in Detroit and
I think it's the normal pushback.
Want to get some Taco Bell? I'd be careful if you're getting it delivered.
The Taco Bell?
Yeah. So one dude orders Taco Bell, and the other guy goes next door and grabs his Taco Bell, or they deliver it to the wrong address. It doesn't really say. And then he beat the dude to death. The 54-year-old beat the 72-year-old to death for stealing his Taco Bell. That's about a mile from the neighborhood I grew up in Detroit.
I mean, that is kind of the price to pay when you steal a man's Taco Bell.
Like, while I can't condone, I do understand. That's all I'm going to say.
You get what you get, you know.
Yeah. But the guy's 72. Did he know he was stealing the top? I mean, like, do you know he was stealing it? Did they deliver it to the wrong address? It doesn't say any of that, so I'm not sure. I think they delivered it to the wrong address.
He like goes to the wrong house, and then he
steals another Taco Bell.
But dude, how lazy you got to be to go get your Taco Bell DoorDash, man? It's gonna be cold and nasty by the time it gets.
When you get DoorDash food, will they leave it there at the door for you?
Yeah, they just leave it right at your door.
Or did they have to hand it off?
No, they put it on your doorstep and walk away. I think they ring the doorbell and that's it.
Unless you open the door, sometimes I open the door just so I get like if I've ever I don't do it much, but if I ever do it,
it's because you're looking for something extra.
yeah.
He's looking for a handy.
Yeah, definitely this 40-year-old gal. Definitely want about 45-year-old, 50-year-old.
Excuse me, ma'am. I saw that OnlyFans sticker on the back of your car. Big fan.
Yeah, I recognized you from somewhere. Like,
it's like all the '80s porn tropes of like the UPS guy. Like this is like DoorDash,
but the reverse,
or like 40-year-old DoorDash women. I got your Taco Bell.
You got Mr. Charlie's hot dog, but it only comes with a bun.
Oh, they definitely have 2 buns, that's for sure.
Oh god. So what else is going on in the world?
Oh.
I saw a really like
I don't know, man. I
stupid
stopped paying
article
attention.
about. I saw a really stupid article about how racist the Grammys are last night, and I didn't save it because I thought, surely racist Grammys, I can just type in racist Grammys and it'll pop right up. And I've been scrolling for the last 15 fucking minutes. I can't find this damn article. I don't know what the fuck happened. So anyway, the Grammys are racist. We'll move on. It's not like that's anything. Everything's racist. Like, you can't say we talked about this Monday, but you can't say that the Grammys are racist when they let Killer Mike accept all of his awards before they arrested him. Like, come on. If it was actually racist, they'd have arrested him on stage. They wouldn't have let him accept all his awards. Like,
do we? So
they're
I mean, it is Black History Month, so they should have done that first.
Like, what happened? Did
he punched somebody at a club like before he came to the Grammys? Apparently, something like that. Like he went to a club before he went to the Grammys. Okay. So then he punched a guy in the face.
Why would you go?
You got to pregame the Grammys, man.
Why would you go to the Grammys? Like if you're like,
look, dude, he's going to party. Like that's the only reason he's going to the Grammys.
Oh man, I RSVP'd and I can't I can't.
I mean, the best part about the whole thing was can't let these people he's like, "Are you seriously arresting me right now? Are you seriously arresting me right now?" It's like, dude, you're in cuffs.
Like, what are you gonna do?
Are you just? No, it's too early to say that, but yeah.
He thought because they let him stay at the Grammys that it was just like forgive and forget. Like we're just gonna let this slide.
Yeah.
I think it would have been better if they had to come up on stage and arrested him on stage. That would have been the best. Like, oh, that would have just been beautiful.
I just want to say thank you to my mom, thank you to God. Sir, you're under arrest. Pretty good. Crack right in there.
Speaking of discrimination,
that the Grammys are fake, and they all looked at me like I was crazy. I kind of explained a little, and they're like, "Well, what about football? You watching the Super Bowl?" I was like, "No, that's fake too." And it floored them all. I'm planting the seeds.
So planting the seeds like that, it was great when my son and I were talking about the moon landing, and my wife's like, "Come on, that's real." And my son's like, "You probably believe Helen Keller is real too." I was like, well, yeah. My son, who's 18, is like, "She was deaf, dumb, and blind. How the hell did she write a book?"
It's funny. I got a friend that on Facebook he posted a thing like, "What's one thing that people believe that you don't?" And like there were 6 or 7 of us that said Helen Keller, and she was like, "Wow, y'all are really on this about Helen Keller. What's going on with that?" And I explained the whole thing. She's like, "Holy shit." Well, that makes sense. I was like, yeah, see, you gotta.
Well, I mean, I'll admit,
she can sign too. Like, how is she signing if she can't see anything? Like, and she like
she can't see, can't hear, can't
she has no real like other than her touch. That's the only thing the sense that she has. So how the hell is she?
Maybe she was just really good with her hands.
And I'll absolutely admit, like I was taught that in grade school and then never like revisited it, never was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna deep dive into this. And it wasn't until a few years ago I was like, well, wait a minute, hold on, that just doesn't sound right. Like,
if you watch the interviews, it's hilarious.
Like, Sean said they talked about Helen Keller in one of his classes, and he was like, she knew how to tell her handler that she needed to go to the bathroom if she was hungry, and that was it. Like she wasn't talking to her anything outside of that.
But the one thing I don't understand about the whole thing is why that they would use, like, why didn't the woman that was just doing this just write the books and put them out? Like, why'd she have to use that? Was it only for publicity?
Then she's just pushing commie bullshit.
Okay.
Because,
it's a hero story. She overcame all these odds, and look at her brilliant ideas.
Yeah.
I mean, otherwise you're just some bum with an idea and nobody gives a crap. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, and of course she ends up being a commie. Like a woman overcomes all of her mental and physical handicaps and still ends up being a fucking retard. So like
she can't even.
She's just lucky she didn't actually
on
live
her
in
own,
like
and she comes
communist
up with
Russia.
those
'Cause she would've
ideas.
been
Like
dead.
seriously.
Yeah, everything about that is bullshit. Like the more you think about it and look at it, it's all just total crap.
Yeah, clearly, we should have discriminated against her, just like Disney apparently did discriminated against Gina Carano. So
She's suing now, isn't she?
yeah, apparently. So and then they also found this
Don't
too.
care.
This is a document from Disney, like talking about inclusion standards. It's literally a document telling them like how to choose characters. 50% of regular and recurring written characters from unrepresented groups. And then they have like another standard B. Like they have all these different standards that they're trying to meet. And this is it's just clear now that they're trying to discriminate against like people because they want to like meet their quota for EHG stuff.
I sent that article in the other chat about the who was it? Somebody was suing the NFL over the Rooney Rule. Right.
What is that rule? I didn't.
That was
I just
like you
glanced
have
at the
to.
article.
Well, so Justin probably does more on that than I do.
So
The
the
Rooney
reason,
Rule.
I'm trying to find the article about it. The reason that they're suing over the Rooney Rule is because they say that it actually makes a mockery of like the DEI type stuff,
Civil rights.
Yeah, because the Rooney Rule is you can't hire a head coach until you have interviewed at least one person of color.
Oh, that one. Okay.
So now like the argument is it makes a mockery of inclusion and stuff, because then you just interview somebody for no more reason, like with no intent of giving them the job. You're just interviewing them.
They're interviewing the black janitor
so that you can give. Yes, so you're interviewing them so that you can say, "Look, I interviewed this black guy. Now I'm going to give the job to the guy that I wanted the whole time."
Well, of course, that's what's going to happen. That's absolutely what's going to happen. Why would they be surprised by that in any way, shape, or form? Why would you be surprised? Like, there's nothing to be surprised about in that.
Oh,
I don't think these people think 10 steps down the road. I think they think like,
Oh shit! Apparently, the Rooney Rule is getting challenged on two sides. It's getting challenged on that side because it's not actually promoting diversity, and then it's also getting challenged on by some former Trump legal advisory group or something, because it's reverse racism.
The AFL or something, right? Yeah.
I hate that term, reverse racism. It's just bullshit racism. I don't reverse anything.
So the Rooney Rule is getting catching flag from all sides,
taking it on all ends. I don't. Why can't they just like pick a coach based off the fact that they're a good coach? Why does it have to be what color you are, or like what race you are, or what?
It doesn't matter, Steve. Qualifications don't matter. It's about what color.
No, it just drives me nuts.
It's all about your race, your gender identity, your gender fluidity. Yeah.
Let's go back and the Disney one. Like, I mean, part of me like doesn't give a crap that she's suing them, but part of me hopes that she takes a lot of money from them just to screw with them.
Well, yeah, I mean that's
what was her thing? Is it Twitter pronouns? What or was it like?
No,
what happened with her?
Yeah, no,
she was on one of the shows. What was she on? Mandalorian.
Yeah,
her role was actually really
Star
good
Wars.
on that show. It was she had a good role on that show, but she had made.
I put Star Wars up there with Queen and you too. So
she was against the pronoun brigade for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So she made a quote. She did a tweet about it, and then they fired her over the tweet. And
I couldn't remember
who was the comedian that was on that same show. What was his name? was a comedian that was on that same show that he was like, oh, it sucks that they fired her, and then they went after him, and he was like, oh, I have nothing to say about it anymore. Like he just totally
Bill Burr?
Ben Shapiro?
No, comedian.
I thought it was Bill Burr.
Bill Burr? It might have been. Is he the one married to the black chick?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill Burr, yeah. So, and then he totally backpedaled on it after they came after him. He was like, oh, yeah, it's not, I'm against it. So he's just such a bitch.
Yeah, he flip-flops. He was going against that kind of stuff. He was like saying,
well, he'll go against it until his wife tells him to stop.
Set up, and then he gets back in line. Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Trey, what is over your left shoulder?
My left shoulder?
Yeah, that white thing. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Okay.
It looked like a dildo. We were a little
the way it was turned, it was kind of like,
just like,
yeah. See, when it's sitting right there, it looks like you got like a dildo sitting on the table, like right in the corner of your camera angle.
Yeah.
I'll leave it like that.
Clyde, are you ever gonna do something with that frame in the background there?
Hang it up on the wall and like paint a mural.
It was a
Let
mirror.
your kids.
I've put a request in to get Hunter Biden down here to paint something. Just hasn't. I don't have the right stuff for him. I just can't, No, it was actually, there's a mirror that goes in it, and the mirror fell out of it. And I still have the mirror, and I still have the frame, but it just kind of sit there. I like it. It looks good in the back. So it's just a white wall,
Anyways.
Anyway.
I don't have a lot of stories today.
I've found an interesting one. I don't really know how to segue into it, so we'll just fucking talk about it. The secret ingredient that could save fake meat is actual meat. They're using lab-grown bacon fat and also substituting in real bacon fat to make their fake meat better, seem
more real. Yeah, like they're gonna add in some of the fats.
So what is the argument that like we're just using a little bit of fat so we don't need to grow as many pigs? Like what?
Yeah, I mean that's essentially it. Is like we can make a lot more.
Like,
of this
it's
fake
defeating
meat.
the whole purpose, right? Like,
if being a vegan or a vegetarian is so great, why do you need
right?
Anyway?
Yeah, exactly. I never got that one, Justin. That's the one that I never got. It's like why would they want something that's like meat if they don't want meat?
Right. It's like the children and the minds. Like they
the same reason you have bisexual.
They crave the meat.
So, in a related story, there's a plant-based meat market that is now starting to sell meat.
That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about.
I thought you were talking about. No, this is actually a meat market. Was it the same story?
Yes. Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I thought you were saying that they were using. Never mind.
It's the same thing. They're just wording it differently there. Like they.
That's actually a meat market. You were talking about a company that's like producing. Okay.
You got to read the Washington Post article that headline came from. It's the exact same story.
Yeah. They're talking about the meat that's on the the plant-based meat that's on the market is being
not a meat market.
Yeah.
I just can't wait till they start growing meat on plants.
Ooh.
Oh, that's actually like we hybridize them.
Little bacon pods, we'll pop on some bacon.
Have like a pod that when you peel it back, it's a chicken wing or a chicken leg like in there.
That'd be good.
Chicken leg on a tree. I'd put dag out.
Pluck them out. Start plucking them out and.
Kind of like the tease, a pale imitation of the actual thing. Oh man,
Meat doesn't grow on trees.
Well, that's arguable, but yeah.
Coming soon, the meat salad by Daily Wire.
Yeah, right.
Meat kind of grows on trees. Squirrels, some birds. You know, I mean, if you're in the part of the world where you eat monkey, that's.
Oh God!
Have you ever had monkey brain?
No.
My granddad used to travel. He did airport security all over the world, and he talked about. I can't remember where it was. It was somewhere in like
China.
Like East Asia.
Malaysia.
It wasn't China, but it was somewhere like in that general vicinity.
Southeast Asia.
Yeah, and having monkey brain, that does not sound very good. He was also, my granddad was not a big fan of Zima. He said he had piss in Africa that tasted better than Zima. So whatever they drank some sort of animal piss, it was the thing. He was like, it tastes better than Zima. So
did they bring back
did
Zima?
you put Skittles in it for him?
They tried to bring back Zima. I don't think it. The fact that animal piss is literally better than Zima, I think, is the reason why it never made it back.
It's like a 2-day-old gin and tonic that's been sitting in the sun for a week. It's gross.
Not too long ago, I saw an article. It was out of I think it was Britain, but they have like a whole department of their like essentially the FAA or the TSA that searches for meat products from foreign countries, and they had like there's a shark that had been folded up and stuffed in a suitcase, and there was like a whole smoked monkey that came through, and
They'll do that, but they won't
these,
stop the illegals from coming in. They'll stop that, but not the
immigration. There's a market.
I mean,
smoked monkey? How do you smoke a monkey? I mean, like, why would you smoke a monkey? It's disgusting.
Steve, I know you're getting older, but you can still smoke the monkey from time to time. Life affirming.
That sounds like a euphemism of some sort.
See, I was thinking it was spank the monkey.
Yeah, right. That's different thing there.
Smoking poles, making monkeys.
Speaking of spanking monkeys and smoking poles, the Chile sent an all-female
SWAT
unit to compete in these like games or whatever, where they do these obstacle courses and different stuff. There's like a whole video of this. It's I actually watched some of it. It's kind of fucking impressive. There was one, I can't remember where
except for this
how
one.
bad they are.
Yeah, this one is very.
This is impressive at how bad they actually are today.
Vamos. Five ladies teams.
They're so fast. Oh my gosh.
Involved
My
in the UAE SWAT Challenge this year.
my internet is so laggy. It's bad.
Belarus, Thailand, Chile.
I
Two teams from the Emirates.
Like, they don't even get past the first obstacle.
This is just like American Ninja Warrior or
First one to
something.
get wet in the ice bath today.
That's basically what they were going for.
And
One of them drops their weapon.
they are stuck in the middle of that zip line.
Dry humping on
Remember,
the line. Like, put your feet in her back and kick them a bit.
In
What
the
are you
ice
doing?
bath, you have to go back to the beginning of the zip line and do it again.
Like, use some
currently,
momentum. Like, use your
Chile
weight. Like,
have 3 team members stranded in the middle of that ice bath.
This is just straight up hilarious.
Did the one girl get down and
Thankfully, the
go
water
back?
will be a
Was
little
she
bit
gonna
warmer
go
than
down
it
and push
was.
him?
Yeah.
yeah,
Earlier on
she
this
fell.
The
morning.
girl that got across. It
Vamos, vamos.
was like bowling. It was like bowling.
And it
my
just
word.
goes to show you how important momentum is.
We're not going to watch the whole thing. This is literally 6 minutes of them stuck on the first obstacle. Of course, they that's the entirety of the video.
Why?
Oh, here we go. This is how you do it properly.
Is this the transvestite team?
Oh, I was trying to. We were both doing
Yeah,
it.
this is the training team. This is how you do it properly.
And they're up and they're running. The Moldovans.
Is your internet that's lagging or mine?
And you can
mine
see
is
there the
crap, too.
difference this year from last year. And they're up and they're running.
15 seconds. They go around the corner,
Moldovans.
jump up there, slide across. They're done. Like,
And you can see there the difference.
That's funny. Were they in there for like
Oh well.
5 or 6 minutes or 10 minutes? Did you say?
it was a 6. Yeah,
They got timed
one of
out.
Chile, it was literally a 6-minute video of them just sitting there, hanging there, and falling and failing over and over again. It was hilarious. Like that should be a police training video on how not to do this.
You would think. Just don't hire retards.
Oh, we doing this? Did somebody say they had to go? Try it again. What did you say?
I said just don't hire retards.
Because democracy basically means government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.